The views, opinions, positions, or strategies expressed on WLAF TV 12 do not necessarily reflect those of the staff, management, ownership, or advertisers of WLAF TV 12, 1450 WLAF Radio, FM 100.9, or 1450WLAF.com.
Hey folks, Mark Backman with Independent Insurance Consultants. I appreciate you watching my commercials here on WLAF, and I appreciate you tuning into the R.L. Gibson Show. Now, a lot of you called in with questions during the show, and some of you called my office afterwards, but there's even more of you who haven't called me yet. It's time to pick up the phone. Give me a call. It's toll-free, 1-866-691-5571.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Ann Love with Linda Kilgore State Farm Agency. I have worked in the insurance and financial services industry for over 20 years, formerly with the John R.W. Brown Agency. I'm a native Campbell County and enjoy helping people with their insurance needs. Stop by and see me for all your insurance needs.
I tell you what, with these four machines, we've covered all the bases. We've got a party barge, a mud beast, a couple of nasty ATVs for guys who just love to get dirty. Like the Razor High Lifter Edition, this machine is built for the mud. Basically, it's a water buffalo. It will take you through the mud and brush like you wouldn't believe.
Located next door to Value Mart Furniture and Appliance, come out and see Dennis and Will for all your hunting and fishing needs today. We have a great selection of Walther P22, Smith & Wesson, Remington, and 6 Hour, just to name a few of our top line selections. We carry a full selection of ammunition and knives. Tennessee Outdoors is also your local Husqvarna Power Equipment dealer. We're also the local Smoky Mountain Water distributor. We rent water coolers and offer home or office delivery. And don't forget, we also carry a full line of Rug Doctor carpet and upholstery cleaners for rental. Most major credit cards accepted. Financing and layaway is available. Tennessee Outdoors in Huntsville, Tennessee.
280,000 Tennesseans can't get access to health coverage. This includes 24,000 veterans. We call this the coverage gap. So who gets access to health coverage and who is in the gap? TennCare is available for Tennesseans who have a very low income and who also fall into one of these categories: children under 19 years old and their parents, pregnant women, women with breast or cervical cancer, and some people with severe disabilities. Healthcare.gov coverage is available to Tennesseans who are above the poverty line. Everyone else is in the gap. Like a small business owner just starting his business, or perhaps a young woman just out of college, working an internship and waiting tables part-time. Without access to health coverage, those in the gap can't get preventive care, regular screenings, or even life-saving surgeries. What is the solution? Governor Haslam has a plan called Insure Tennessee. Any Tennessean who is a U.S. citizen and in the gap will be eligible for health coverage. The governor's program is a way to bring $1.77 billion of our federal tax dollars back to Tennessee. It's not a new tax. This money has already been set aside for the governor's program. Tennessee hospitals have agreed to pick up any costs not covered by the federal government, and the program can be canceled at any time. Insure Tennessee will never cost the state a dime. What happens if we don't put this program into effect? Hospitals will have higher rates of uncompensated care, and the cost of that care will be paid for by those who do have health insurance or by Tennessee businesses who provide insurance for their employees. About 40 hospitals are expected to close. Tennessee will lose about 20,000 jobs. But what happens when we do accept this money? 280,000 Tennesseans will have access to health coverage. The rate of uncompensated care will go down drastically, relieving the financial burden on hospitals and those with insurance. Hospitals will stay open, and those who work in those hospitals will keep their jobs. 15,000 new jobs will be created. With Governor Haslam's program, all Tennesseans in the Gap will have access to basic health coverage. We are already paying into this program with our federal taxes, but our legislators must approve Insure Tennessee before we can put it into action. Share this video and click here to see what you can do to close the gap.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to Campbell County Issues. And starting tonight, I will be doing 1 hour a night until I guess the time changes, and then if we're doing okay with 1 hour, we'll just stay with it. But tonight, I will be leaving here at 9 o'clock. Or they hadn't changed the clock in here. It's just 8 o'clock, isn't it, folks? Got to make sure. Hey, I want to tell you something. Ron's Golf Cart and Indoor Flea Market. Folks, he's got North Face jackets, rain jackets, Ugg boots. He's got a lot of antiques. He's got all kinds of purses and what have you. He's got golf carts, which is I guess should be well, it will be his biggest business in the springtime. But anyway, I'll be about 55 minutes. I'll be out of here and gone. So if you want to jump on me for anything, right now is a good time. Wanted to mention, you know, I told you last week I thought Amanda Salmons would be back to work soon. Well, I guess she went back to work one day last week, already back to work. But that's, you know, myself, I definitely don't understand sometimes the things, but anyway, that was just one of the things I wanted to crow about this a little bit, because I really did believe that she would be back to work, and that's the end of that story. I know that tomorrow we will finally, the election will be over, I'd say by 11 o'clock, or maybe even really close to this time tomorrow. Well, within a couple of hours, I believe we'll know who is going to be our president. Might be totally wrong. And there's another deal. You know, Bob Fannin. I've been I guess a supporter of Bob Fannin for quite a while. And see, Bob Fannin, or Riggs Drugs, has been a sponsor of my show now for over 13 years. People don't realize that. There was the first, other than a buck or two, the first full-time sponsor that I had here. And whenever I started, you know, there was people saying, wait a minute, they like my show, and they said, we need to do something to make sure that you stay on. Some people said, we'll even agree to pay the cable company or whatever they can put an extra $1 on our bill, and then we'll pay it, give it to you. And my whole thing was, no, if I can't make it on my own, I'm not here to try to take any of your people's money, but the first somebody that wants to profit off of my show and advertise with me, they don't have to be a Democrat or Republican, or they can be independent, they can be whatever they want to be. My job is to sit here and talk to you and tell you and give you updates on the news and the things that's going on around us here, and let you know that, hey, there are people out there that will sponsor this, and Riggs Drugs has been one of those for, like I said, over 13 years, because on the first week of April, I will be here 14 years. I started April 2003. And folks, I don't know whether I've probably, when I was sick, and even come back when I was sick, I've not missed but just very few shows in that many, and that's just one of the things that I've always done, and I love it. So I'm going to stay here as long as I can, and as long as my health holds out. And finally, we're going to see some cooler weather. And, I've noticed Campbell County, Anderson County, Whitley County, Kentucky, even Morgan County, a lot of fires. We had some fires the other day. They didn't last long down in the Robbins area, and they got them put out. They did move some people out of their homes and put them in shelters, but they got the fire out that night. But we've not had the kind of fires that you all had. And, if there's somebody out there setting those fires, I hope they get caught soon. And also I want to congratulate Campbell County's football team. They had an awful good season, and I guess the best season they've ever had. Now, we've had a good season in Scott County. Both Oneida and Scott High won their first round games in the state play. But guess what? I don't think either one of them has a chance in heck to win this Friday night, because Scott High has to play Alcoa, but they have to play Alcoa every year. They had to play a CAK every year for the last 10 years or so. And anyway, CAK is moving out. They had to play Catholic up to a couple of years ago. The Catholic decided we don't want to play 3A ball anymore. We're going to go up to 5 or 6A, and won state championship last year. So that's just the kind of things that sometimes I don't think it's as fair that the schools like Campbell County has to play the Oak Ridges. They don't. Well, if there's anybody that besides Alcoa as a private or public school can recruit and get away with it, it's Oak Ridge. You're on the air.
Hey, big guy.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm rejoicing because I really believe my lady will win tomorrow.
Ain't no way. Anyway, I got to go tomorrow and cast my vote for Hillary. And probably vote for Bob.
Good.
Powers has been no help for this county at all. All he's done is use that office to help himself. He's kissed so many hind ends down there in Nashville, he has to wipe his nose with toilet paper. He's amazing guy. I've never seen such a serving representative in my life. But that's the way all politics are getting, I reckon.
It seems to be that way.
But he's an empty suit, does nothing for the people here. So, you know, and Bob being a Democrat in a majority Republican area, hopefully you'd be able to cross the aisle and work with people and get some stuff done on insurance.
Well, let me tell you something. One of the things that bothers me the most about some of the calls that I've got about Bob is the saying, you know, because he wants to insure Tennessee. You know, that's one of the things, and even the governor wants to insure Tennessee. That's a fact.
Well, yeah, but Dennis Pires and Ken Yeager and them people fought it, killed it.
Right. But some people says that, oh, Bob is wanting to make himself. Bob he don't get rich off of that insurance. If he can, well, even at that, people is going to have insurance. He's wanting everybody to have insurance, and there's over, what was it, $1 billion and something that the legislative body in Nashville turned down.
Yep. But anyway, I think Trump's got it.
Well, you better think again. Now he's got.
No, he's searching in Colorado. He's searching in Ohio. He's, the Democrats are showing no shame in this election. I just can't believe how corrupt the Democrat Party and the media, especially Hillary, has been in this election. I've never seen one like it. I don't believe there's been an election like this since Andrew Jackson won in 1828.
Well, let me tell you something.
But let me tell you something.
And I'll listen to you, but don't don't hang up when you get through. You got to listen to me.
Okay, I won't.
Okay.
Trump had a midnight rally last night in Leesburg, Virginia. The lines were 2.5 miles long.
Okay.
Hillary had a rally in Dade City, Florida. She had to get back on the bus and leave because none of her people, there was nobody there.
Oh, okay.
And Tim Kaine held a rally in Florida, Palm Beach, Florida. Only 20 or 25 people showed up.
Okay.
And you can't tell me the media says she's going to carry Florida and North Carolina. There ain't no way she's going to carry those states.
It's one thing we'll know tomorrow, but here's
We'll
my
know after tomorrow. Yeah, it may take till 6 in the morning. 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
Unless it goes all the way into.
After Trump had his rally in Leesburg, Virginia last night. Did you know the governor of Virginia is pardoning all the felons so they can vote tomorrow?
I have
What kind of?
I don't have any idea.
I mean, the criminal behavior of the Democrat Party is just absolutely. It's unbelievable the things they're doing.
Well, now, did you hear good Lord. See, you got me so messed up. But whenever they started running,
well, all of you Democrats ought to be behind bars
for the primary, when they started running for the primary, and I meet with these 3 other guys, and we meet every week and talk, and they're all 3 full-blooded Republicans. I mean, full-blooded, and I was. They started out jail Bush people. Then they changed to they changed to Cruz.
They supported Bush, and they weren't Republicans if they supported Cruz.
Well, anyway, so I was for Donald Trump in the primaries, and they asked me, said, "Well, why are you for Donald Trump?" Well, Donald Trump, whenever he started, because this was his platform, or this is his strategy. First of all, he went out because if you started talking about Mexicans and putting them down, then you would.
No.
You would. You
are telling CNN lies.
That is not no lie. I heard.
Telling CNN lies.
What did he say?
He said the Mexicans who are here illegally and committing crimes should be deported. That's what he said.
No, he even said getting our well. Anyway, he did that with the Hispanics. Then he jumped on the blacks, and then he.
Oh my God! You've been listening to Wolf Blitzer too much.
No. You know he did, and then.
No. He has never.
Then he started on the religious people. Then he started on women, and.
Oh my God!
And all those things.
You know what?
What?
It's too bad East Tennessee mental hospital's not still open, because I'll tell you what, if they were still open,
let me tell you something.
Democrats over there.
If they ran a bus, they would be the first. Your house would be the first one they stopped at.
What? Well, no. I tell you what, R.L., now, I told you if you could sing Swinging Doors, I'd vote for Killer.
Yes, you did.
And I got to be a man of my word. Unlike Powers, unlike Ken Yeager, I'm a man of principle. And so I've got to fulfill my promise to you. Because let me tell you something. You sang that song better than Merle Haggard.
I appreciate that.
You really did. That was great. Hey, how's your son doing?
He's in therapy, and today he said they walked him about 10 feet.
Wonderful. Hey, 10 feet today, a mile tomorrow.
Well, maybe a mile in a year or two.
Yeah, well, hey, look, if it takes a year or two, it's worth it.
We'll be right there with him.
And how's your wife doing? She hanging in there good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, she has to be tough to stand it with you.
Okay.
To live with you for 50 years.
I appreciate your call.
Hey, no, you're a great husband, and I'm sure a great wife, and y'all had 2 wonderful sons, and I admire you coming out of Fairview and Normie and Smoky Junction and Straight Fork and accomplishing everything you've accomplished.
Appreciate it.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
You're on the air.
RL, buddy, you got selective hearing.
I got what?
Selective hearing.
Why?
Because, honey, Donald Trump did not say all Mexicans. He did say...
He said the Mexicans. He didn't say all. No, he didn't use the word all. He said the Mexicans.
He said illegal.
And let me tell you something.
Criminals.
And one of his supporters up in New Hampshire or somewhere up there, the governor, he said those black people come up here and they get our women pregnant and then they go back home. And really, the reason why I'm saying Donald Trump, he done these things, and he got people listening to him, people that dislikes Hispanics or Mexicans, because there is this a deal of people that absolutely resent the Mexicans. They're saying they come here and they take our jobs. They do this. Also, they resent Muslims. I can understand that some people, but still, our country is about the freedom of religion. They also women. I mean, the things that he's said and done. He's done those things to win a primary.
Okay, well, did you see the Jay-Z and Beyonce concert that was put on for Hillary?
I seen a little bit of it. Just I didn't even watch one song because that's just I don't hate no kind of music. I don't think, but I don't. That's the kind of music I don't actually listen to.
Yeah, well, Jay-Z is, a lot of his songs use that B word a lot.
You're saying, are you
hoes and,
bitch and hoes and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen
Didn't know
to.
if I could say that on the air or not, all right?
Oh yeah, let me tell you something. This is what a lot of people don't understand. I can say any word I want to say. This is a public service channel. It's not a PBS yet. It's a public service channel, and I have a right to speak whatever I want to speak. The only thing is, if you use those words, you'll lose your audience.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And last night,
Why is it okay now for Hillary to be supported by and support somebody who talks down to women like that and has talked down to women like that his entire career?
It's just like Trump. It's about votes, and that's what Trump, he used that method in order to alienate or get people that's like country folks here that don't like the Mexicans that comes in and works. Whenever I was a young man, I don't know how old you are, but whenever I was a young man, we had to go across the Mason-Dixon line. That's the Ohio River, and to go to work. And they would hire us. Boy, they love to see Campbell County and Scott County boys come in to Detroit or Chicago or Cincinnati or Cleveland, Ohio, or whatever. They love to see us because we would work. We would work. And why did we go up there? Why did we do that?
Probably because there weren't any jobs here.
And exactly right. And we went up there to feed our families. That's why we went.
So when you have people who have immigrated here from other countries who are not paying taxes at all.
Well, wait a minute. We got
7 years.
we got a man that hadn't paid taxes for 18 years, and he's supposed to be a multi-billionaire, but he hadn't paid no taxes. Is that okay?
But when they're sending every dime they make back to these other countries, yeah, that's a problem.
Well, send it back. They're there to take care of a family. That's what we did whenever I was a young person. I went across the Mason-Dixon line and go to work.
Okay, and you got old folks and stuff here that can't get medicine because these people aren't paying into the taxes that go to pay for Medicare and all the prescription health and all that.
And our biggest problem is people like Donald Trump that don't pay any taxes, and he makes billions, or supposed to be making billions, but
and he donates a lot of his money.
No, he don't. That's a myth. He does not. This guy.
He has anonymously donated bunches of money to different places.
No, he don't.
You're stuck on Hillary, so we'll just see what everybody else has to say. You have a good night now.
Okay, thank you. And you have the right to vote any way you want to, and that's great. And you have a right to speak and have your own opinion just as much as anybody else. And I have no problem with that. No, folks, listen. I know we can say this and say it was a strategy. It was absolutely a strategy. You alienate, you talk about the blacks, you talk about the Mexican, you talk about the women, you talk about insurance, you talk about taxes, and you can really get people's attention. And that's what he did. That's how he won the primary. He didn't win the primary on any things that he wanted to do for America. All he said was, "I want to make America great again." I think that America is the greatest country on this earth, and it's always been, and it always will be. You're on the air.
RL.
Uh-huh.
Hey, hi, buddy.
Huh?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Okay, we're one of your regular, me and Mom are one of your regular listeners, but we're not going to be able to listen to you anymore.
Well,
We had to get rid of Comcast. Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, they were overcharging really bad, so.
I hate that. Well, listen, do you have, on your cell phone or anything, do you have, any kind of,
No, we don't have any internet right now.
Oh.
Because we had internet with Comcast too, so.
oh man. Well, let me ask you this. If you just went with internet and go with their lowest channels, and now is your mother over 65 years old?
Yes, she is.
Well, there's a senior package there that should be there for probably maybe $15 a month.
Oh, really?
Yes, you need to ask about it. Ask about
Okay,
that.
I'll ask about that then and see.
Get with them tomorrow. We don't want to lose our listeners.
Yeah, I know.
I got another at least 7 or 8 months, and if my health holds out, I'll probably stay here till I die.
Well, there you go. Don't give up till you have to, right?
That's right. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. See you later.
Thank you. You're on the air.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're a veteran, RL.
Yes.
Now, how could you vote for Hillary, being a veteran? And, you got all these illegal immigrants coming in, you got all these refugees coming in, and our veterans is, living under bridges, and people doing that food, clothing, shelter. I just don't see how you...
Well, let me say this. I might be wrong, but there's a great number of those people that live in those shelters and what have you. They live there because they want to live there. It's not that they go out there and they won't help. Most of them has got mental. Now, whenever they shut down the mental hospitals and stuff like that, they put a lot of veterans out on the street. Now, I don't know who was the president at that time, but let me tell you, most of those people out there, and yes, I was a veteran, and I firmly believe in taking care of our veterans. But
Yeah, I do too.
whenever these people come back, a lot of them, they don't want to be around nobody. They find, and they just, I guess they feel better, and because they do become alcoholics and drug addicts, but those people that wants help and wants to get off the street, they can get off the street tomorrow. There's enough help out there to get them off the street. Those people just need to ask, or they're there, and really, maybe we don't do enough, but they don't have to be on the street if they don't want to be.
Right.
Now, there is...
One thing, and I'm going to leave it with you.
Okay.
The only thing that I have concern with is with the Benghazi attack. She knew what was going on, and she covered it up. Our Navy SEALs got killed.
Okay.
And then it's just like she tried to cover everything else up. And you got the Clinton Foundation funneling all this dirty money, so to speak. So I don't see how you could vote for it.
Well, okay, here's another thing. How could I vote for Republican whenever George Bush had 63 people get killed from the stuff that he... How Ronald Reagan had 274 to get killed in Lebanon. And those things, whenever... and I got a brother that got killed, and he knew that he was volunteering to be in a dangerous situation. Those people in Benghazi was getting paid, healthy money, and they volunteered to be there. They didn't have to be there. They wasn't drafted. They wasn't anything other than going and doing. And listen, we get soldiers, and we get those, and those people basically were soldiers, and they volunteered to be there for the money. They knew that there was and so it's not just Hillary Clinton. It's a lot of people that goes out there. Listen, I got to take are you still in there?
Okay.
Thank you. You still in there, honeybee?
Yeah.
I'm going to run our commercials, and we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, this is Mark Beckman with Independent Insurance Consultants. You know, I come up here every week to Campbell County to try to help people answer questions about Medicare coverage, special needs plans, try to help out with prescription drug plans and getting a good fit. When I sit down with someone, I bring a broad spectrum of insurance products to the table, not just one company. That way I can help folks decide which one works best for them. Did you know that a lot of times I'll meet with a husband and wife and they'll need different plans simply because of their doctor networks or maybe even their medicines? Not everybody needs the same plan. Give me a call. I'll help you figure out which one's best for you. 865-691-5571.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Ann Love with Linda Kilgore State Farm Agency. I have worked in the insurance and financial services industry for over 20 years, formerly with the John R.W. Brown Agency. I'm a native Campbell County and enjoy helping people with their insurance needs. Stop by and see me for all your insurance needs.
I tell you what, with these 4 machines, we've covered all the bases. We've got a party barge, a mud beast, a couple of nasty ATVs for guys who just love to get dirty. Like the Razor High Lifter Edition, this machine is built for the mud. Basically, it's a water buffalo. It will take you through the mud and brush like you wouldn't believe.
Fall's around the corner, and so is your Husqvarna dealer. Husqvarna is known for high-performing, durable, and innovative products. So is it any wonder why your Husqvarna dealer is the best in the business at what they do? Providing products, maintenance, parts, and accessories whenever and wherever you need them. With a nationwide network of dealers, you don't have to go far. Visit Husqvarna.com to find a dealer or retailer near you.
I'm Bob Fannin. I'm a pharmacist, I'm a Christian, and I'm a proud Tennessean. Tennessee has over 300,000 working families that cannot afford health care. Governor Haslam's Insure Tennessee will offer these families affordable health care. My profession and my faith tells me to stand with our governor and fight for health care. That's why I'm asking for your vote for state representative.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, we're back, folks. Don't forget Ron's Golf Cart and Indoor Flea Market bringing you tonight's show. And get down there and talk to Ron. And he's open on Fridays and Saturday nights till 8 o'clock until after Christmas. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. I just want the people to know that he's up at Walter's Funeral Home.
Oh.
And his name is Charles Dwayne Smith. Everybody knows him as Tinker.
And you was telling me that he was just 45 years old.
Yes.
45-year-old, yes.
Okay, so Tanker's at Walter's Funeral Home. Appreciate your call. Thank you.
They'll have his funeral from 6 to 8 o'clock Tuesday night.
Okay, thank you.
His burial will be at 10, they got to meet at Walter's at 10:30 Wednesday morning. And that anybody that can help send their donations to Walter's Funeral Home because we didn't have no insurance.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, R.L.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're on the air.
Hello, R.L. You took me during a commercial. Nobody didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
We was talking about Hillary.
Yes.
Sending that rapist and got him off. Her life in 2 different times at that little girl because she was raped and got him off.
I didn't know nothing about that, but I don't approve of stuff like that.
No, that's what kind of woman she is. And every one of the Clintons is stealing money from that charity right now.
Okay, but let me just tell you something other. Any lawyer, I don't care who it is, any lawyer, when they take a case, they take the case to defend you or to get you the lighter sentence or whatever that they can, or they don't take that case. So I don't know nothing about that case, but there's.
You don't like that a 12-year-old little girl getting raped.
Well, let me ask you. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I couldn't defend somebody like that myself. But what about this man that was right here in La Follette 3 or 4 months ago, was caught and he was selling 2 little girls, one 12 and one 9, for sex. Okay? And how many years did he get in?
Should be tougher penalties for stuff like that.
He got 8 years.
Yes, it ought to be mandatory something, life or something.
It should be much harsher than
should be.
Absolutely. But that's the system. And how did that person get by with just that? It's the law. The people that the laws. That's why lawyers get paid big money, because
lawyers ain't supposed to life with a little kid.
Oh, I don't know about laughing at a little kid. I don't.
It's been proven she's laughing. It's on tape.
If you've seen it on the computer.
No, I didn't see it on no computer. It's on TV.
Well, I know there's things I see on computers. I've seen them taking her to jail. I've seen her being a witch. I've seen her eyeballs like this and everything else. But really, I hope that I'm here 3 years from now and I can say that I was wrong or I was right about her. I really believe that she will be one of the best presidents this country has ever seen.
There'll be another Obama that'll hate America.
Obama has been a fantastic.
To who? Not to the American people. To other
what has he done? What has he done to the people? Tell me what he has done to the American people. He's not done anything other than.
All he does is apologize for what we did.
No. Well,
he apologized for the atomic bomb.
Well,
to save American lives.
Well, I don't have any problem with that, because what we do, if me and you have something that's bad or whatever, and we get mad at each other, there's nothing wrong for me to try to put that behind me or put that behind me. Japan is one of our best allies. We do a lot of trade with Japan.
Back then, attacked us and killed our people.
Well, we killed more of them than they killed of us.
Well, they started it. We got to protect
that's exactly right. Because I've been to Pearl Harbor. My wife has been to Pearl Harbor. My wife wouldn't even watch the news until we went to Pearl Harbor, and we was there reading and looking at some of the stuff and some of the film, and there was a Japanese woman that she didn't mean to touch me, but my wife just backed off and pushed her and said, "Don't get around me." And she watches the news all the time now.
The Japanese military was in control back then. It wasn't.
It was dictators, yeah.
That's why it started and everything to them.
Yeah. Appreciate your call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You're on the air.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you well.
What do you think's going? That's going to be the outcome tomorrow night. It's going to be a nail biter, ain't it?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope. It'll be over. It'll be over by 9 o'clock.
I'm thinking the same way. That's the reason I asked you. Any man that would go on national TV in front of the whole nation and make fun of a disabled reporter or whoever he was, will make fun of a disabled veteran, don't you think?
I'll agree with you.
And that son of a sack keeps talking about everything being rigged when it is over and it gets beat to go investigate him. I don't see how in the world, I've never heard nothing like it in my life, how a man gets a $900 million
ain't the system rigged for him, what is?
That's exactly right. And I have my friends say, RL, if you could do it, you would too. No, I wouldn't, because if we all acted like Trump, we'd have no roads, we'd have no schools, we would have no utilities, no water, no railroads. We wouldn't have nothing if everybody acted the way he did. If everybody could just not pay taxes, then and he says, well, I pay taxes. Yeah, you pay taxes about this and that, but your federal government is the one that does your roads, it does your schools, it does everything, just about. And we, well, let's just take everybody in Campbell County and hey, you don't have to pay no taxes anymore. Tell them that RL said that.
Yeah, when they talk about Benghazi and blinded on Hitler, it don't matter who it would have been. Like you said, them people know what they was getting into. It's a dangerous thing, what they was, the job they had. But it's just like you said a while ago about Jimmy Carter, when they tried to rescue them back in the 80s and they got killed. And 9/11, people blame that on the president. I mean, where was he at? When 2,000 people got killed. I mean,
That's exactly right.
And the generals do, if this man does get elected.
It's funny how that 4 people, and that the Republican Party has been able to make 4 people, the Benghazi thing, such a political football, whenever we got 3,800 people killed on 9/11 under George Bush. But no, he goes up there and says, I hear you. But many people says that he knew, that his administration knew that something was about to happen. And we all know, and everybody knows, that one of the Saudi Arabia people, their princes or something, was on George Bush's property when it happened.
Yeah,
and there was 19 out.
Osama bin Laden's people, after that happened, they sent them out of the country 2 days later.
Right, absolutely.
They was in with them on corporate oil jobs and things like that.
Right, and Benghazi's 4 people. It's just like abortion. Abortion.
Anyway, we'll know this time tomorrow night, and then maybe they can start doing an FBI investigation on him for tax fraud and all the other stuff he's claiming.
Well, that
he's got away with.
That one guy that's over in the House that from South Carolina has a real thin, long nose. You've seen him and he's the leader of whenever they done the Benghazi thing, trying to whatever they was trying to do to her. But anyway, they asked him about if this FBI thing fell apart and she wasn't indicted, can they have her put in jail? And he said, absolutely not. We don't have that power.
Well, I don't know how anybody can have 600, I don't know what these 600 emails, I don't know how in the world anybody could have that many emails, but there's no way that Hillary Clinton was sabotaging this country or having somebody killed.
I don't think so either. Appreciate your call.
All right, but
thank you. Now, I need to hear from my buddy, because if your name RL, you got to be a good person. Except maybe this right here needs a little, I guess, kicking around or something. But I'm just going to do, like I say, I'm just going to do an hour and I'm out of here. You're on the air.
Yeah, well, I like to say, I'm curious much about veterans, where we was at 18 plus years when veterans needing help,
Yeah.
Well, I'm not giving no money to, and I'm paying no taxes. Well, that hurt the veterans the same that hurt everybody. Everybody else had to pick up his, you know.
And it's funny that why is the veterans so important now than they wasn't that important under Bush? This problem has been going on for 100 years.
Yeah.
Veterans has always been neglected.
You take the average person making, let's say the average person making 20, 30,000 a year, they'd be tickled to death to get paid if they made the money that somebody give them $1 million or $2 and say, go and make it, you know.
Yeah.
Tickled to death to get out there and succeed and pay the
50 years ago, $2 million was like $2 billion now. And go out there, and the poor little thing just had to, I don't see how he made it.
You know, it's been tried over and over and over. You know, Bush, he started that war and then want to cut taxes way down low. That's what.
Bush, Trump said, if I'm elected, I will cut your taxes 35%.
Yeah.
35%. You know, our national debt basically has nothing to do with the monies that we borrow. What we do is we sell United States savings bonds. And where does the money come from to buy those United States bonds? It comes from me, you, and whoever buys anything that's made outside the United States. And we all buy Chinese stuff because it's cheaper. Now, why is it cheaper? It's because they say we can't manufacture the goods and sell them in the United States because you, me, and other people won't buy them. But they think that we can make that product for $10, $12, $15 an hour, and we can put it on a shelf down here at Walmart won't buy it, but and you won't go to Sears or J.C. Penney's and buy it because they're going out of business because they charge too much. But anyway, the people don't understand that monies that's owed is owed because if I buy a $50 savings bond and I hold it to its maturity, whether that's 5 years, 7 years, or 8 years, whenever it matures, and they say, I want my money, well, you got to pay it.
Yeah.
You don't have any choice. Do you know that whenever, let's just go down here at Jacksboro, and they want to buy something, say they're going to build a new school, and they're going to float bonds for it. Do you know that you can buy those bonds and whenever they mature, you don't have to pay taxes on them. No tax. So if you buy, and that's what I don't understand, how people can say it's okay for Trump to not pay taxes. And like I said, if he didn't rag the Hispanics, or if he hadn't ragged the blacks or the women, or wouldn't pay his taxes, now he would have never gotten the nomination. And he got the nomination by alienating and getting people that absolutely does have problems with blacks or have problems with it's Hispanics, or they have problems. And listen, there is a lot of men that has problems with women. They don't want to be. They don't want to work for women. They don't think they should be paid equal. I think they should be paid equal.
I do too.
And it just don't make sense. And but anyway, it's. I was.
Yeah, every time you get a Republican president in there, I guarantee you jobs will fall.
Yeah.
I've watched them over years.
They always do.
When Eisenhower was in there, you could not buy a job, and he gave tax breaks to the people that was filthy rich. The people working for minimum wage is about to starve to death.
Yeah, appreciate your call.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You're on the air.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you name one building have ever constructed?
I don't think they've ever owned their home
They've never built a thing. They have never built a thing for this country. In fact,
until after they.
Her foundation is located in Canada, and like a couple weeks ago, she transferred the money from Canada to Qatar because we have a treaty with Canada where if they find out it's illegal, they can confiscate it. Where in Qatar, we do not have that treaty.
Okay.
Now, she has never accomplished or done anything constructive for this country. Did you know Trump took the old post office on Pennsylvania Avenue, the same street the White House?
In fact, about it, yeah, I know all about that.
He refurbished it. It came in under budget, and over a year ahead of time. Now, you tell me any other federal project. Even Dennis Powers promised we were only going to have to pay $5,000 from the city down here. Now I think that's up to $290,000.
Well,
I mean,
how's that election going between?
How come he can't keep the promise to the people of Campbell County? He cannot, and Trump can.
Well, no, he can't.
Budget.
No, he can't. No, he can't.
Ahead of time and save the American taxpayer all that money you want from him.
I don't care where he pays it or not. I know I pay mine.
He saved the taxpayer a ton of money. Anyway, you probably got other people since you're only going to be there a little while. You have a safe drive home, big guy.
See ya. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, I'm sorry I missed your call. Here it is, I guess. I'll just keep cutting people off.
You talking to me, honey?
No. Okay, I finally got it settled down now. You're on the air. Go ahead, you're on the air. Somebody's messing with me. But anyway, folks, get out and vote tomorrow, regardless of who you're wanting to vote for. And I want to make it clear, this channel is a public service channel. It's protected by the First Amendment. And so whenever you call in here and you say something, a bad word or whatever, you're protected. You don't, but I don't want you doing it because you'll lose all my sponsors or the people. And so, but anyway, it's a free speech. You have a right to speak. You're on the air.
RL.
Uh-huh.
I'm Matt Baker.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I was sitting here watching the show. I was wondering if I was watching CNN.
Well, no, it's mostly MSNBC.
Hey, on the taxes, paying the taxes, you paid yours, and I know I paid mine. And we hear the media saying that Trump ain't paid his. Has anybody proved that yet?
He said he didn't pay them because he lost that $900 and something million in 1 year. Now, how could a good businessman lose $900 and something million?
Sounds like he's followed the rules that the government laid out for him.
Well, I guess he has, but how could you do that? You'd had to have a heck of a hurricane or something.
And he hired somebody that did.
But anyway, how you been doing?
Doing good. Getting ready to work the election tomorrow.
Well, good. Well, I'm going to project that the election, as far as Tennessee is concerned, Trump will win Tennessee by about 20%, 60 to 40.
I think it'll be stronger than that.
No.
I spent week before last. I probably drove over 500 miles to state Ohio, and the media would have us believing that, you know, Hillary's going to win that hands down. And
now what I've seen in the media last few days is he's ahead by 5 points.
Well, there wasn't 12-yard signs the whole time I was up there that I saw.
Yeah.
And I saw Trump signs on the side of buildings.
Oh, I see them over in Scott County, but I still say Scott County normally goes when it's Republican or Democrat president. It's about 80% Republican, but I think it'll be closer than that in Scott County this year. Well, listen, I have got to go. My time is come and gone. Appreciate your call, buddy.
Be careful going home.
Thank you. Folks, don't forget to go down to, you know, I even forget my buddy's name sometimes. I'm losing it. I really am losing it. So go down to Ron's golf carts and indoor flea market, and you'll be surprised. And whenever you go in there and you see the kind of stuff that and how he puts everything in order, how clean it is, it has a price on it. Now, I don't know whether you can talk him down or not, but he will have it. So, folks, I hope everybody gets out and votes, and I hope Bob Fannin wins tomorrow, both of his races. I hope he's city councilman, and I really believe that he would make an outstanding, because folks, he don't run from problems, he runs at it. He's a real soldier at it. So good night, everybody. I'll see y'all next week.
Hey folks, this is